Welcome to the midweek preview, this time for Canterbury. We're in the twilight. It's balmy, Gord, isn't it?
It's actually beautiful.
In here, well, out here in shorts, and it's, well, I must say it's a bit of a trial getting through this card. Obviously there's some exciting races to begin with, two 2-year-olds and a good-looking 3-year-old race, and then it gets down and dirty, doesn't it?
How's my chances? 7 races, there's 2 1580 and 1 1900 metre.
Yeah,
I just flew through it, mate.
Everyone forgets that you came onto this show barring mile races and longer. Of course, you've had more than reasonable success in those races. So
I have been betting lately.
I
yes.
think, I think you do protest us too much.
Yeah, I know, but it's part of the what is it, the catchphrase, I suppose now, isn't it? $33 no bet. Yeah,
it's the moniker, and 8 metre rail tomorrow means, well, it means one of two things. Rails in run or off the track, it can play either way. I'd like to see it play the way the 3 metre rail did 2 meetings ago, or even the 6 metre rail last time, but I can't guarantee that. So we'll just have to suck it and see, and hope that it's not too much like those fence on fire 8 metre rails that we have seen on occasion.
Yep.
But as I say, it's no certainty. It's, it can play either way.
Well, I think the bets later on in the day could change dramatically, couldn't they?
Yeah, for sure. If you need to sit on the fence, then it. Well, you see, the thing is, even if you need to sit on the fence, the point is the good riders, they find their way. They find their way there from wide draws. So it's not just a matter of drawing gate 1. Race 1, 1100. This is the first 2-year-old race. This time for colts and geldings, and the favourite is Poetic Charmer off a Saturday run at $3.60. Winds of Change $4. Beau Jest is $6. Swaffham Bullback is $7. $9 Last Starfighter. The stablemate of Winds of Change. $11 Curdle. $16 the bottom Totten. So we've got 2 Beedmans, 2 Waterhouses, Hawks, Snowden, and poor old P Rubble.
Yeah, P Rubble, yeah. Which I see that, some people are trying to say was unlucky last start, but I don't think it was, so that's the one I'm not keen on.
No, it's got, it's hard to like number 1 Curdled. Yeah. Winds of Change, of course, booted through to lead at 1,000 on a 3 metre rail at Gosford on debut. The stablemate did, it's hard to line up its speed from its Kembla trial, but it did sort of spring out and seem to get along quite easily. So it's a query as to the lead, because obviously the intentions will be to be forward. Curdled looks to go and try and sit outside one of those gay things, and Poetic Charmer is trying for a position. Beau Jest from gate 1 was fast to begin in his trial, so I wouldn't imagine he's too far away, and the stablemate Totten does have some speed. Well, look, talk to me about Gay firstly.
Well, she's just flying.
She's flying,
Did you notice today at Kembla when that horse got headed on the inside and just kicked back and won easily? When her horses are doing like that, which we've said, you just got to be on her. She's well, sorry, we've got to include the other bloke too, don't we? It is a partnership. But her horses are absolutely flying. But
so one or both, or?
Well, see, I struggled to get a line on the Kembla trial as you were mentioning, so I had to go too many question marks about that one. So I've left that one out. To be honest, I don't even have the other one on top either. But
you're respecting it. You're saying
my
Gay
preference.
Flying,
you notice, like, it tried against that Hallowai, which ran at Kembla today, and I thought was very impressive. I thought Hallowai's trial was actually better than Winds of Change, and obviously it was running in a provincial meeting today, and this thing, which I thought didn't trial as well but has had the run, is now in Wednesday Metropolitan grade. So I went outside, I went for the Saturday form. I think even though the Beedman horse that ran at Kembla today that comes out of the Veridine race wasn't that impressive, and Poetic Charmer, and it had similar type runs, but I do think Poetic Charmer was slightly stronger through the line, and I love the Mitchell Bell to Blake Shen, and to be honest, you're not going to lose money taking Saturday races under Wednesdays.
It looks the setup. Yeah. The horse clearly has talent. He's debuted it on a Saturday in town, so there's an opinion straight away there. He seemed to acquit himself very well. I thought you're always talking about how hard it is to read in Snowden trials. The horse was hard in the market and went well, and must be considered. Talk to me about the trials of the Beedman runners.
The 4 was clearly the better of the trialers. I just wasn't interested in 7 Toten at all. So Bogus was the best of those two, which is indicated by the booking of the jockey. And I actually thought there might be. I'm not sure what price we're going to get about the horse that we like. Do we both like number 2, Poetic Charmer? Yeah, because they're coming for these Hawks horses, and it was a typical Hawks trial. It was slightly stylish. They could come for it, so I'm not sure when to get involved. But the horse I'm going to be backing is number 2, Poetic Charmer.
What do we make of the booking on the Gay runners? Obviously, John Walter has handled this thing. Josh Parr has 1 ride for the day, and Tim Clark gets off number 3 to get on to number 5.
I'd have to. I mean, it sort of half implies. How am I supposed to line up that Kembla stuff? I couldn't really do it.
No.
So, I mean, that indicates that maybe they have a higher opinion of this one. Does it or not?
I don't know. Is T. Clark the preference? Does he get a preference? I'm not sure. It's just yet another question in this race, where I think we start with number 2, and obviously there are whales in the bay. You know, there's a very interesting unraced number 4, interesting unraced number 5. Number 3 will at least try and lead. Hard to like number 1. Hawks, well, I can't back them, but they're always whales in the bay. That's race 1. Race 2 for 2-year-old fillies. $2.30 the favourite, Envy of All, this time with Bowman on board, replacing Glyn. $5.50 the unraced Beedman Tiki Bar. $7.50 Lipizan, who ran at Scone. $12 Danubian, 13 Chain of Fools, Gay. 14 Morzuna, Snowden. 15 Takuka Cod. And $21 Danzon. $35 Rebel Dane Sister Dixie. Well, look, Envy of All has enough speed to hold them out. He won't hold them out, but he could at least make them work. Lipizan is obviously destined to seek the front. Chain of Fools ridden off the speed at Kembla, but Blinker's back on here, up slightly in distance. Could have other ideas. She did show good pace on debut and then shitty pace at Beaumont at a second start.
Sort of hard, missed the kick a bit at Kembla last start.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, look, it could certainly be a player. And Takuka Cod could sort of just poke up there from her soft draw to be not far away. And Tiki Bar is a horse that's been sort of well hidden in her 2 trials this time in after winning 2 trials, her spring trial and then her summer trial. I don't know why she's needed so many trials, but all right, so the favourite's having a 3rd start first prep. Are you with or again? Number 2.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
You've heard it. Right, Gord says, Mole, is there anything you're scared about in the race?
There's lots of other little angles, but I put them considerably below that particular horse. It's a serious horse. Bowman on board for Schofield. They're trying. Only thing could be a tricky position in run. Like, I'd hate it to be box seating.
Box seating?
Yeah.
It should be all right, but you'd rather it not be box seating.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those horses, when they've clearly got more ability than the others, it's easier to take a gap. So maybe if he gets in that sticky spot, maybe it's not too bad. Yeah, very keen. Both runs have been very impressive. To sit when it's at OSL at Rosehill last start and only just got pipped by what I consider a good horse, I thought that was a super run. Obviously, if it was 4th start first prep, I might have a little bit of an issue, but it's 3rd, so not to forgive. And yet again, like, there's a few little things here, like Chain of Fools could improve. Lipizan, I'm ignoring the Scone run and go off what it did at Canterbury last preparation, which wasn't too bad. And then you've got some sort of weird ones for, your other Patelli runner and Masara and, maybe. And what did you make? Or what did your trial watchers? I mean, I've watched it and I thought it was all right. And that was the to
cook a cod.
To cook a cod.
Yeah,
to cook
a fishing.
What did you make of?
Yeah, well, John Thompson, he scares the daylights out of me. I really respect him as a trainer. I know that his horses do a lot better than they trial, and this horse seemed to do enough. So I would suggest that she is the Distant Danger.
Yeah, Tiki-Bar I was sort of half against. The trial did remind me of some other Beedman horses that have come out and run reasonably well.
Soon to be Cummings horses.
Soon to be Cummings horses, yes. Hey, geez, I tell you what, the first piece of gossip you hear is always right, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing.
Anyway, we still have to wait another 6 weeks for that to happen.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure about the talent of that particular horse, so and I am sure about Envy of All. So.
Yes, red hot, I think. Envy of All is stamped tomorrow. Race 3, very interesting race. 3-year-old over 1,250 metres. $3.80 equal favourites, Forever Dream and Zonk. $6 Palladian, $7 Ghostly, $9 Uptown Lad, $10 Kitto, $10 Aquatic. Now, I guess Zonk goes well forward here, but she's back from 1,400. I mean, it may sound ridiculous, but it would not surprise me to see Blake Shin bounce this horse out and go forward. I speak of the Freedman horse drawn on the outside.
Yeah.
Only because there's look, Uptown Lad was ridden conservatively the other day. I don't imagine they'll try and seek the lead. Although maybe there were too many seeking the lead, and that was why it didn't participate. Palladian is back in distance and drawn gate 1, so it doesn't seem an obvious leader. Kitto is back from a Saturday race with blinkers off. I mean, I suppose it's a potential go forward horse, but it is up for grabs. Who wants to seek the front here? And in a small field, there may be some initiative here.
Yeah, I think the 4 showed the way it jumped last start that it does have tactical speed if they want to use it.
Well, it's got talent. It's got talent, and that's generally an indicator that. I mean, I know we see horses that that blouse, you know, that are always slow to begin. But I mean, generally, if you've shown talent, then you've got ability to take up a position as well.
I'm pretty keen on number 4, Forever Dream. The more I watch that replay, just had style written all over it. So I'm going for style over what has the good form lines, which is number 7 Zonk. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory to everybody out there. You know, 21 days off, back in distance, I think suits. Wouldn't you prefer it over this distance?
Fillies against males at Canterbury suits. There's lots to like about it tomorrow.
But I'm just going on the fact that I think 4 is a serious horse, and I'd love to see them go forward.
Oh,
you know, but can you see the instructions? Richard Freedman seems like one of those trainers.
It's Bishin. Yeah. I think Bishin can lord it over R. Freedman.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Is there anything to take out of the others?
I thought Ghostly's first run back from a spell at Scone the other day was all right, but
can you forgive him for, because he's gelded? I think he's gelded this preparation. Are we able to overlook a couple of ghostly runs?
Yes, we are. Actually, there's a couple of horses on the program tomorrow that I'm just going off this preparation and ignoring the previous preparations. It's one I could do with it, but I've got such a higher opinion of the other 2 in the race, which are
well, they're
Forever Dream and Zonk.
I think the others have pretty much labelled themselves, haven't they?
Yeah.
Or they've categorised themselves. I was quite excited by this race. I see the oozing talent out of number 4 and the suitability of number 7. I think it is a match race.
Yep.
And the top 2, you know, they're sort of trying to cling in there, but it should go the way of 4 or 7 in race 3. Race 4, 1,900 metres. Finally, we got a very decent race call.
Oh, lovely, 1,900. Wow.
And a horse on a 4-day backup that got beaten 50 lengths last start.
Yes.
Gets H. Bowman and is second favourite in the betting.
And was announced by Glenn Pollitt that it was gone, wasn't it?
Indeed.
Oh, quick backup. He'll be back tomorrow.
Although he won't be sighted till Friday week, so he can duck low. He can hide from any opprobrium that headed his way. Any cream pies. $3.60 the gavel, $5 Mortar Platoon, $6.50 is Via Napoli. There's a bit of Waller in this race. $7 San Pablo, $7.50 Lead Choreographer, $9.50 the Kempsey winner, Fashion Snips, $17 Doutzen Charlie, $18 Beijing Board. San Pablo is back from 2,200, had the blinkers removed on that occasion. As blinkers back on, will be seeking the lead. Lead Choreographer also has blinkers on and will be there, as will Fashion Snips. They're your 3 to go forward in this race. Via Napoli, also with blinkers on, won't be far away, and next best the Gavel. So what have we got? Waller number 1, Waller number 3, and Waller number 7, and Gabot, course and distance winner 2 starts back. Something to offer here?
Well, I'll quickly mention a couple of things and then I'll leave it to you. I mean, it seems reasonably well found by the market, but I do like the setup at number 6, the Gavel. Stats-wise, everything just seems perfect for it. You know, a bit weird to go from 1,600 metres back to 1,400 and now up to 1,900, but I'm saying 4th run the prep, that sort of suits. You notice when this horse gets to this stage of its preparation and up in distance is when it's shown clearly its best form, and they're the conditions it gets tomorrow against what I think are a pretty weak bunch. So 6 on top and 7 and 8 could improve, which are lead choreographer and San Pablo, and I'm against, well, obviously what the ones in the market I'm against here. Yeah, more to platoon.
Right, so you're with Glenn there. Look, 4-day backup, H. Bowman, he will do something. I don't know if it's a winning something. Via Napoli is hard in the market. I know she's on a 7-day backup, she's got the blinkers on, she hasn't seen the distance. She's got 3 wins at Randwick. Fashion Snips, I found an interesting runner simply because she had a gear change at Wyong when she broke through and has raced consistently since with excuses for the failures. Karen to ride is appealing. Lead choreographer comes out of it didn't stand up on Saturday, but I think it's still a strongish 1900 here, where he stepped up in distance for the first time this preparation. He's had that primer, he's got the blinkers on, and I think he probably trails 5 and 8, or 8 lead 5 outside. So I think he could get the right run. 8, I don't know whether he can come back to the well. His win was on a deteriorating track in very slow figures, so I don't know what to make of that. Obviously he's there. He seems a fair price as far as the market is concerned. So I found it an even race. I understand the appeal of the Gavel. I do have him second pick. But I have a feeling he's just a little bit there by default. Okay. That's the end of the first part of this attractive Canterbury preview. In fact, we've come to the end of the attractiveness. We're going to try and dissect the last 3 races, 2 sort of Canterbury miles and a 1250, which is the nightcap. So we'll be back in part 2 with a look at those 3 races.